GPS.
Chapter 2. Hashem, our Father. Getting real with understanding our relationship with Hashem. The Sefer HaIkrim says, Nimtza, ki yaflig hakosav be'ahavas Hashem yisbarach es Yisrael, ke'av leben mikol tzad, she'efshe shetiyeh ha'ahava beinehem. The Torah emphasizes that the love Hashem feels towards Klal Yisrael is comparable in every way to a father's love for his child. Hashem has been caring for us for a very long time. Let's roll back the tape to when we became His nation. The Torah says, Kayamar Hashem, b'ni b'chayri Yisrael. So said Hashem, my firstborn son is Yisrael. My firstborn son is a symbolic term of affection and love. Just as a firstborn has a special place in his parents' heart, so too Klal Yisrael is Hashem's most worthy and beloved people. Let's stop and think about this for a moment. If Hashem decided to select one nation from the entire planet to be His chosen people for all of time, don't you think it should have been the most successful people on the planet? But the Nesiv Shalom says, "Bechiras Hakadosh Baruch Hu b'Yisrael liyos loy la'am loy hoysa kasher hem kibnei malachim ela b'hiyosem betachlis shval hamatzev." Imagine the shock when He chose a broken people who were physically enslaved, emotionally broken, and spiritually bankrupt. We were extremely low in every category. Physically, we were poor and powerless slaves. Emotionally, we were swallowed up by our masters with no voice of our own. And spiritually, we had drifted far from the lofty levels of our holy Avos and the 12 sons of Yaakov, and we were now lowly idol worshippers. The Nesiv Shalom says, "B'matzav kazeh shehayu shakuim b'mem tes shari tuma unesunim b'beis ha'avodim si hashiflis b'rachnis uv'gashmias kairei lohem HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'ni b'chayri Yisrael lohidia shaloi mipnei maseim hatoivim heim b'ni elehem be'etzem b'ni b'chayri umemela ein nafka mina mamatzavam." It was specifically when we were in this terribly low situation that Hashem referred to us with this incredible love and pride in order to prove to us for all of time that we were not chosen because of our actions. Rather, we were essentially His beloved child, and therefore His love for us is unconditional and indestructible. Hashem lowered Himself, kaviyachol, so to speak, down into Ervas Haaretz, the most disgusting and perverted place on earth, in order to personally rescue His beloved children who were gasping for their last spiritual breath. Hashem's extraction of an unworthy people who had already given up on themselves, and then His appointing these people to be His exalted chosen nation and ambassador to the world, was an outrageously monumental event, as shocking as a toothless janitor winning the lottery and then being asked to marry the Princess of England on the same day. The Radak says, Atem amusim unusuim mi beten umirechem imchem, v'chein esa ve'espoil alai eschem atzeva, kol yomechem, loy etoish eschem. Hashem told us, "You have been carried as a child in a mother's womb, and so I will carry you, and I will tolerate you until the end of time, all of your days, good and bad, and I will never leave you forever." What an amazing Hallmark card this would make. This answers another question. Why did Hashem rescue us from Mitzrayim specifically while we were immersed in the lowest level of Tumah? And the answer is, had Hashem pulled us out of Mitzrayim when we were on a higher level, then in the future, if we would ever spiral down below the level that we were on when Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, then we might think that Hashem does not love us anymore. When a son comes home to his father with a test mark of 80, and his father still shows him that he loves him, and he is proud to be his father, then the son will only know that his father feels that way as long as he at least gets an 80. But if a son comes home with a 0, and the father still pours out his love, pride, and affection, then the child knows that his father's love is truly unconditional. So had Hashem taken us out of Mitzrayim while we were on the 30th level of spiritual contamination, then we would have had no way to know that we are still the apple of His eye and He is still crazy about us, if we would ever sink below that level in the future. So it turns out that the reason that Hashem arranged that the Jews in Egypt 3,000 years ago would be at the lowest level when he called them my beloved firstborn child was because he wanted to send you, yes you, a clear message. You should know and internalize that I truly love you, and nothing that you can do will ever diminish my love for you. But wait, it gets even better. There's a fascinating medrash. The medrash says, Yisrael nikru banim. Klal Yisrael are called children. Shenemar banim atem l'Hashem Elokeichem. You are children to Hashem, your God. Umalache hashares nikru banim. But angels are also called banim, children. Shenemar vayivayu b'nei ha'Elokim. And the medrash says, V'i ata yodeya eze ohov mehem. But you don't know which child does Hashem love more. He has two children, Klal Yisrael and angels. And you don't know which one he loves more. Kishehu oimer b'ni b'chayri Yisrael. But when Hashem said, you are my firstborn Yisrael, Zok the medrash, Yisrael atem chavivin lefonai, yoiser mimalache hasharis. You, Klal Yisrael, are beloved before me, even more than heavenly angels. Now hold on a second. This is absolutely incredible. Angels never sin. Angels never mess up. Angels never go against the will of Hashem. And yet there still is a question of whether Hashem loves you even more than he loves an angel. That's truly amazing. But the answer is even more amazing. The Medrash is teaching us that since it says my firstborn son Yisrael, and that is a term of the ultimate love and affection, this proves that the Yidden are more beloved than angels. This is almost impossible to imagine. But wait, it gets even more amazing. The proof that Hashem loves every Jew more than he loves heavenly angels comes specifically from the pasuk that Hashem used to describe the Yidden while we were slaves in Mitzrayim and doing what? That's right, serving idols. Do you realize what this means? Hashem loves a spiritually contaminated Yid who is defying God in the worst possible way, even more than he loves pure divine angels. Yes, you heard that right. This proves that even if you are a rebel, rebelling against Hashem in the worst possible way, Hashem still loves you and wants to be close to you. Don't believe me? Well, listen to this. Rashi says, Hashem Elokav imoi. Hashem, your God, is with you. Zokt Rashi, afilu machisin umamrim lefonov. Einoi zuz mitoichon. It means even if you rebel and anger me, I will never leave your side. Authentic Yiddishkeit believes that Hashem loves a Jew who is on the lowest possible level, even more than he loves a perfect holy angel on the highest level. The Heilige Rishon said, Ben HaMelech nishar tamid Ben HaMelech b'chol hamatzavim shenimtza. A prince always remains a prince regardless of what situation he is in. Even if you are not loyal to Hashem and you do not uphold your side of the relationship, the fact remains that you are still a son and Hashem is still your father, and this title can never be revoked. This is truly something to be thankful for, and we certainly are. In the Haggadah of Pesach we say, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenasan Torah La'ama Yisrael, Baruch Hu, and then we add on, Keneged Arba Abonim Dibra Torah, Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha, Echad Tam, Ve'echad She'eni Yodeh Lishol. Every year on Pesach we say these famous words from the Haggadah. Blessed is he who is everywhere. Blessed is he. Blessed is he who gave Klal Yisrael the Torah. Blessed is he. 4 times we say the word blessed. And then we say, the Torah speaks to the 4 types of children, the wise, the wicked, the simpleton, and the one who does not even know how to ask. Now let's look a little deeper and uncover an incredible message. The Nesiv Shalom explains, Inyan ha'akdama hazayis me'hamagid, lo yemar daled pa'amim b'loshen baruch v'hoydaya lahashem yisbarach, hi al zeh gufa shedibra Torah keneged daled banim. The reason that the Haggadah begins with praising Hashem 4 times is to acknowledge and thank Hashem for wanting to engage each of the 4 types of children. In essence, what we're saying is, bless you, Hashem, for accepting and wanting to have a relationship with every kind of person, the wise, the wicked, the simpleton, and even the one who doesn't even have a clue. We're blessing you for speaking to us, for each one of us, on whatever level we find ourselves at any point in time. You see, the Haggadah is not just referring to 4 different people, it is also referring to each person. Sometimes you proudly act like a wise person. However, sometimes you may find yourself acting like a wicked, sinful person. Then there are times that you act and think without any depth, just like a simpleton. And then sometimes you may find yourself in a situation where you are so lost that you just don't even know what to say. Authentic Yiddishkeit believes that whatever situation you will ever find yourself in, you will always retain your title of being Hashem's beloved son, and Hashem is always ready, willing, and available to communicate with you. Now we can uncover something very special. We say in Shacharis, Vayomer David HaMelech said, Baruch atah Hashem Elokei Yisrael, blessed are you Hashem, the Lord of Yisrael, Avinu, me'olam ve'ad olam, our Father, forever and ever. Now the word olam can have 2 meanings, forever, but it also can mean world. Although the simple meaning of this verse is forever, right, that Hashem is our Father forever and ever, but we can also explain the verse using the word world. And now listen to what we have. The verse now reads, Baruch atah Hashem Elokei Yisrael, Avinu me'olam v'ad olam. Blessed are you, Hashem, the Lord of Klal Yisrael, our Father, regardless of what world we are in. Just as when you find yourself immersed in a world of spirituality and holiness, you know and believe and feel that Hashem is your Father, so too, when you are immersed in filthy activities, you must know and believe that Hashem is still your Father. Avinu me'olam v'ad olam. He's our Father from world to world, and that is certainly something to thank Hashem for. Hachet hagadol b'yoser k'sheyehudi shecheach shehu ben melech. Reb Shlomo from Karlin says, the greatest mistake that you can possibly make is to forget that no matter what, you are a prince, the son of the Creator and master of the universe. The trick is to live with this feeling on a daily basis, and the Nesiv Shalom explains, Yehudi maskiras yitzias Mitzrayim beis pa'amim b'chol yom ba'boker u'va'erev. Leida, she'HaKadosh Baruch Hu hoitzi es Yisrael mi'eretz Mitzrayim b'hi yoyse mishukoyim b'mem tes shari tumo, shezeh yisoid ho'amuna ki chelek Hashem amoy, Yaakov chevel nachalosai. That is why every morning and every night of every day, everyone is required to recall that Hashem took us out of Egypt. I mean, why on earth is this so important to us that we need to always repeat the same story over and over? The reason that we recall this every morning and every night is to ingrain into ourselves that regardless of whether we are going through a period of morning or night, Hashem is right there by our side. We must internalize that Hashem rescued us out of slavery even while we were on the lowest level of spiritual contamination. This is the foundation of our faith, not just our faith in Hashem, but the faith that we must each have in ourselves. You can never do anything to cause Hashem to give up on you and write you off. So why give up on yourself?